Here are 5 chess mistakes that every beginner does, and this is how you can stop doing them. The first mistake I want to talk about is moving a piece twice in the opening. This is the kind of position you can castle, you can play d6, you can do a lot of stuff, and a lot of people would I know a lot of you guys would play knight g4. Like, where's the knight going? Like, actually, you're attacking the opponent. Well, your opponent goes h3 and you're stupid. You say you're gonna take, alright. You just gave 2 pieces for the rook. Not this. You go here. Terrible trade. You're completely losing. Well done. My +2 position. So what I can recommend you. Try. There are exceptions, of course, if somebody takes your pieces, but try to give every piece in your position one move only. He castles, you castle, he goes here, okay, this is annoying, you go here, he goes here, here, you see, every piece one time, okay? Let's leave this as an example. And now it's the middle again, now it's another, now you can develop the queen. Okay, that was a horrible voice crack. Okay, now let's say here, and yeah, you just go and you can move every piece once, and then you can look what you do, okay? The next point is a very important point, and it's oftentimes just beginners are not thinking about, or thinking how can it be so important. It's so important to always try to control the center. I will show you an example. Let's say you're white, right? And your opponent plays d4. You see, these are the central squares. You want to have control of them. Who controls the square has the control of the game. Can do stuff, you know? If you give like your opponent, I will just let's make an example. You give your opponent something like this. Now you develop the bishop, right? Develop the bishop. You very quickly realize black is the one calling the shots. Let's see, you see? Black is the one. Black can now decide is gonna strike, especially when you're very late striking. Look this bishop, look this bishop. This knight is on the outside. It has almost nothing to do. These bishops are not controlling the center. Look what is gonna happen. Black will push. Oh wait, not even this. It will push. Let's say even take, right? You give even more, and you see bishops on the center. These are such great pieces on the center, and you see this knight is never gonna go anywhere. You say you go here, all right? Rook c1, a3. You see, if you're not playing for the center, you're just getting destroyed. And very quickly after something, let's say like queen c7, you have a lot of problems. You see. Only because you don't play for the center. It's very important and very underrated how important it is to play for the center. In future, always try to play openings where you control the center. For example, you can also play this, because in this opening, I like playing it, you are controlling the center with bishop and knight. You see, you always try to target the center. Alright? The next point is you are not castling. What do I mean by that? It's very simple. You king in the middle is not supposed there. First of all, you king in the middle is stuck. It can be attacked. All the pieces are playing the center. Your king is weak. Second of all, you want to connect both rooks. You can't connect the rooks when your king is in the middle. That's why you castle, because you want to get these pieces out and get the rooks together, because together they coordinate very well. So let's say you play an opening, and let's just say you just refuse to castle all the time. You just refuse. You don't want to castle, okay? You are, let's say, you don't want to castle, okay? Opponent castled. And let's say you are just going for attack. You just go here, you will try to attack, right? You see, the opponent is gonna open up the center, right? Let's say you make like a bad move like this. Queen d7. Let's say, I will just make some, just to demonstrate what is gonna happen. On the king, on the queen, rooks not contacted, you can't play. Try to play a move. You can't move. You can't move. These are the worst kind of positions, because you can't move anything. You don't have anything to play for, just because you refuse to castle. If your king would be here, you would be totally fine. You could play this. Look at the pawn a5. Like, you can play, but because your king is not castled, you just have that problem. So I will just show you. Trade, and you see all of this, the bishop is pinned, you are just getting destroyed. For example, you see, because now the bishop is pinned, you're gonna lose it just because you didn't castle and your king is in the middle and all the pieces are against your king. So just in the future, don't castle always. Like, there's a famous, I will go into more detail this time. There is the famous Stafford Gambit. Wait, how did it go again? How did the Stafford Gambit go? Oh yeah, I know it again. Okay, so you have this, and now this, right? And if you're just developing your pieces normally, I think it was like this, if I'm not wrong. I never played the Stafford, so don't wonder if. And let's say you get like h5. I think it was queen h4, and then you go. Let's leave like this, right? And then all of the sudden you castle, you're getting mated. So you also have to be careful, because you see all the pieces of the opponent are trying to attack you here. You see the knight is gonna come, right? All of this. So here it's better to try and just castle the other side. Or there are few exceptions, to be honest, where it's okay to leave the king in the center. But usually just try to castle as early as possible. If there's an exception, you're not anywhere nearly close if you don't understand that castling is important if you don't understand this. So just so you know for future, there are exceptions, very few exceptions, but usually try to castle your king as early as possible, because you're not doing anything wrong if you do so. The next point is by far the most important point at some point, because you are hanging pieces. You're always hanging your knight, your bishop, your queen, and then you're wondering why you keep losing rating, especially when you're tilted, you keep losing pieces. If you lose your pieces, you're basically losing the game most of the time, because just don't do it. It's very simple. Like, why would you hang a queen? Because let's say you have this, and you go like here, and whoops, okay, not this. Whoops. Or there are a lot of ways that you hang your queen. A lot, for example, like this, or you're just always losing pieces. This is very bad. Also, some of the opponents, even on 2000 rating or higher, are are plundering such forks. You see, let's say the pawn was here, you push and you fork. You know, there's a lot of plunders like this. So don't hang your pieces. It's very important. Just always look. If there's a special tactic that you're always plundering, that you're always hanging, then try to fix it and don't do it anymore, because it's very important to have all your pieces. The last point is already a bit more advanced that I have for you, and this is you are playing without having any plan, any idea of what you want in the position, any idea what you're gonna do after the opening. And this is very simple. Let me just show you. You're playing your opening, you know what to do, right? Let's say you go with this, and after the opening, both sides castled, you don't know anything what to do. Your opponent plays, let's say, queen e2, and you're starting, wait, what am I gonna do? Do I play knight e5? What am I gonna do? And most of the time, you're then starting to play weird moves, like, I'm gonna move my queen. That's a very weird, but here, for example, you can easily play c4. You always try to focus on what you're playing for. You always have to know what are you playing for. I'm playing for c4. We get this trade. We get a big trade. See, your opponent trades off. Very easy. And a lot of the times, it's not, you can't go and be like, I'm gonna attack the bishop, because you attack the bishop, right? It's like, it's not that following any plan. If you would say, alright, I want to play h4, h5, attack on the king side, it's fine. But you just attack the bishop because you're gonna hope he's gonna hang it. And if you say you try to attack on the king side, well, you have a good position. Why would you do that? Because this is weak. He can strike himself at some point. Okay, not now. But you know you should not overextend because your opponent is also playing. It's risky, but it's something else. So always keep in mind, have a plan, know what to do, and you will see results and win a lot more games, trust me. That is all. These are the 5 mistakes that every beginner makes. Let's go through every point again very shortly. Moving the same piece twice in the opening. You should never move the piece twice in the opening if you don't have a reason, if it's not attacked, or if you're not winning material. There are exceptions. Keep that in mind. Ignore the center. You should always play for the center because these are the most important squares. Third point. Forgetting to castle early. You should not forget to cast early. Your king is not supposed to be in the middle at any time very far in the game. You want your rooks connected, and this helps. Hanging pieces. The fourth point, very important. You are hanging pieces. You're playing moves and not asking what can the opponent do. Can it take your piece? You're forgetting about simple tactics and hanging them and not knowing and not improving it, not looking how you can do it better in the future. And the fifth point is playing without a plan. You're playing moves and hope your opponent is gonna blunder it and play hope chess. You don't have a clear plan for what you're playing, and these, if you are improving all these 5, I guarantee you will learn from these and you'll improve faster than 90% of beginners. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you can learn something new. If you have any ideas on chess mistakes a beginner can do or something to add, just write it in the comments. I will look at it and say, is it right or wrong? If you enjoyed the video, I would be very happy if you could like and subscribe, and we will see us in the next one. Bye.